It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Falcons and the Armadillos, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Now a play fake here on first down. To Allen on the dump off. And right away, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Sheet is a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Darby. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
A gain of 9 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll run with Allen. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Darby.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Darby. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener. 5 touchdown passes. Now, look, you always want to start strong. I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
They'll run on 1st down. It's French. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Darby. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Complete to number 88.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, Darby. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Second and 10.
Off the play fake. Darby. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Darby. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. On 2nd down now. Haskins, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
On 3rd down, French. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Darby. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Darby. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Darby.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Enough for a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Allen, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Now Allen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Looking to throw. Darby toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Darby. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. Underneath to Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Harrington. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graham. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down, it's Allen trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's French. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to link the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
On 1st down, it's French, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Armadillos have moved out in front. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Allen. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. He'll look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Armadillos add 6 to their lead. For this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Ooh, the juke. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Trey Lance has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. The Cowboys trying to even their mark at 1-1 after dropping their opener a week ago. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Joe Burrow, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half. As you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He's got long over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Armadillos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Pretty plain and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Allen. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Darby. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6. They'll keep it on the ground. French, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll run on 1st down. It's French, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught outright by Graham. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On 1st down, French. 66 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's French, and on this one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Darby, complete here. It's Hyde. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down now. It's Allen, and he stopped immediately there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Darby. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the 27. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
Here we go.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll keep it on the ground. It's French, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Harrington. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with a give to Allen. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And this is going to double their room to maneuver. Able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To Allen on the dump off. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. The Falcons send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. Houston's offense taking over again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We'll call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's French. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's French. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on 1st down. French. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. It's French, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. on third down. French. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Fights through him. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 18, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them until the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six
put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Darby. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darby, and that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Sean Payton not liking that last call. He's going to go ahead and challenge it. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go! Let's go!
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Darby. And this will be incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Darby. Smith catches left side. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Back to throw. Darby. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now the try here for the point after. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now out comes Houston. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. They'll keep it on the ground. It's French. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Darby, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Darby. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He's going to walk for a deep left side here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Underneath to Allen. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Boy, how good has this defense been, seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On 1st down, French. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And
one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's French. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, French. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing on 1st down. Darby, he's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Off play action. Darby.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing the Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.